everybody, and welcome to another Genshin. Alright. Because Wilds didn't work out, so we're just gonna have to play Genshin, I guess. Also, I have 146 resin today. $146 resin. That means in 2 hours, I will most likely not reach 180. As is usual. XD, welcome back. Welcome in, Brushy. Yeah, I was trying to stream Wilds yesterday, and I tried to do like a window capture, but it still didn't work out. It streamed for like 10 minutes and then just died. The game didn't die, but OBS died. So I think what's happening is that Wilds is just overriding OBS in some way. So it's keeping OBS from being able to capture it. So unfortunately it is what it is. XD. Welcome in, Brushy, how are you doing? Hopefully the stream isn't 10 FPS anymore. Yeah, I think something in Wilds is just messing up the OBS capture. Like it wasn't like an issue in the beta, because I was streaming the beta a little bit, I think. But this time, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I've been having a lot of fun in Wilds though, so it would definitely be cool if at some point I'll be able to stream it. But we'll see. I wonder if there's like a workaround that I could try. And most are just I'll just I want to try an audio only stream and see if it even works. So then I can tell if it's really like a graphics thing or if it's just Wilds just interfering with OBS. Because if it doesn't work on audio only, then I'm pretty sure it's just like a Wilds issue. Not so much it's like an OBS issue. Not so much like a graphics issue. But honestly, Wilds has been running pretty okay on my PC so far. But yeah, I guess we're back to a Genshin stream. I won't be streaming tomorrow because tomorrow I have to fly out for a conference next week, so I won't be around tomorrow, but we'll pick back up the week, like next week. So just Saturday stream this week. I can't believe it's already 5.5. We're gonna get a new region, which I think might be the last expansion we get for that land at that point. Or maybe not. Maybe there's one more area. We get the whole volcano. So I think it's pretty close. Alright. It's basically gonna fill up the map here on the left here. Which should finish up like main continent of Natlan, I think. So we're coming close. Once we hit next patch, it's basically coming to the end of the 5.x patches. So it will be interesting to see where we go from there. How much harder this is gonna be. I did eventually manage to get my 30 stars. I just gave up with the last chamber and went for 2 stars in chamber 2, which I managed to get. And Lisa actually coming in really clutch there. Because like when Tinari can like spread and then Lisa can aggravate. That was pretty good. Alright, let's see here. I wanted to get some... Okay, let's see, do we do... We can do green.
この白いもの、ひんやりして冷たいですね。
We can try our comfy playlist. I feel like I've been like working so much this week. Today is the only day I really get to rest because tomorrow I have to start packing and all that. Oh, I got mail. Okay, we'll see if this works.
ついてきて。よっ。見えないだろ。よっ。せい。よっ。よっ。いらっしゃい。守るために戦わねば。ふっ。砕けなさい。
Try to move this without snapping it too much.
大切なものを守るには盾だけでは足りません。だから槍を手に取りました。
Oh, I'm gonna overflow my artifacts again. Maybe I should just upgrade it now. I also wanted to keep carving scroll, but I had to stop because of the event. Was it emblem? I think I had emblem pieces to upgrade. I don't remember. I think I do. Yeah, this one's pretty good. Let's try this one. Yeah, these are all pretty good actually. Maybe I'll try this one. Oh my gosh. What a disaster. Wait, is this even possible? 7, 14, 20. Yeah, it is technically still possible. What a disaster. Alright, give me crit. If you just give me crit, it's not too bad. Salvageable. No! Not salvageable. GG's. GG's. That's actual trash now. Just my artifact locked as usual. Oh, okay, okay. Should we try for this one? Maybe this will work. Oh, what kind of trash did I just pick up there? Whoa, okay, okay. 2 with the crit rate. Okay. It's gonna need 2 more though if it wants to survive. I have a lot of 1-star for some reason. Gotta use more of these. Whoa! 3 in the crit rate already? That's a little crazy. Can we get 4 in the crit rate? I honestly got a bit kind of low rolls there, right? 12. Was it 25? It technically is 30 CV already, I think. That's pretty good. Oh, I love this tune actually. Now it's in Kreuz theme. This world quest was so crazy. It was really well done. Yo! 4! What is this? What is this? Screenshotting this. What in the heck? What? What? What are the odds? What are the odds? Holy. I mean, it's not even the CV that it's like, it's the fact that it all went in the crit rate. Holy. No way. Actually ain't no way. What is going on? Holy. Let's say if there's someone that really needs crit rate, I could give this to him. But oh man, that's actually pretty insane. I have a similar piece of like 37 crit damage and 3 crit rate. It's still technically better. This one is like, I think it had kind of low rolls, to be honest, but because this one only started out as a 3-line. It rolled into crit damage, and then 4 rolls straight into 4 rolls straight into crit rate. That's kind of insane. I really love the harmonica in this song. Alright, what happened here? Finish. Ba 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 dum. Ba 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 do 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 do. Do do do. Why do I have a talk to Cascal thing? Oh no, that's just this. Does anybody even do daily commissions anymore? Cause I sure don't. I haven't done daily commissions in forever.
どいて。私は風を越える。はっよっ。服を発動できた。この祈りを聞きなさい。見えないだろ。
静かに。
やよっ。ややっ。はっよっよっと。ふん、めくれまし。音が聞こえる。ついてきて。いらっしゃい。守るために戦わねば。ターゲットロックアップ。さあよっ。はっはっはっ。砕けなさい。厄払い。ふっ。ついてきて。一応目を覆えば。ほっ、根こそぎにしてあげる。よっ、てっ、えい。編み上げよう。はっ、やっ、はっ、ついてきて。てっ。はあ、風を越える。キラキラやっ。ついてきて。よっ。ついてきて。よっ。どいて。おーや、編み上げよう。試練満員だよ。よっ。やっ。ふん。やらないか。服を発動できたよ。 ついてや。やよっ。
しびれるぞ。
見えないだろ。やっ。
相手を間違えた。
よっ。Z。しゃ。砕けなさい。
イオナの特製ドリンク。役場。
ついてきて。やっ。ついてきて。やっ。ついてきて。よっ。 行こう。
相手を間違えた。
飛ぶよ。いらっしゃい。服を運んできたよ。
音が聞こえる。
乱闘だ。
ついてきて。よっ。よっ。さあ。よっと。と。一応目を覆えば根こそぎにしてあげる。よっ。
よっ。はっ。ひらひら。
ほれどいて。
飲みすぎだよ。
さあ砕けなさい。ふっふんいらっしゃい。やっついてきて。行こう。やっどいて。ついてきて。
大勢でかかってきても構わんぞ。
Do we fight them together? Let's fight them together. It's not gonna go well.
無礼者はこの祈りを聞きなさい。どこにいるのか。
はあ厄払い。
試練満員だよ。よっはっよっつい。
いらっしゃい。イオナの特製ドリンクじゃ。ふっあみあげよ。ほっは
見えないだろ。
服を運んできたよ。
根こそぎにしてあげる。守るために戦う。めくれまし。鏡の花。
How is this guy all the way here? Come on.
捕まえたにゃ。
What in the world?
飲みすぎだよ。
どいて。
ほっキラキラ。
一応目を覆えば。へっよっ試練満員だよ。
砕けなさい。アタックは飛ぶよ。よっせい。
我ら
よっと。
めくれまし。
ここで
At least it worked out.
役がない。見えないだろ。根こそぎにしてあげる。
逃げられなかった。
行こう。やっ。ついてきて。やっ。行こう。やっ。ついてきて。やっ。よっ。と。よっ。やっ。ついてきて。さあ。と。と。よっ。と。どいて。
無礼者は必ず
波動で
全敗。
きたよ。飛ぶよ。よっ。 めくれまし試練満員だよ。無礼者
ターゲットロック。
かけなさい。
キラキラ。
根こそぎにしてあげる。見えないだろ。下がれ。よっ。必ず訪れる。やっ。ついてきて。行こう。一応目を覆えば。せいよっ。
飲みすぎだよ。
この祈りを聞きなさい。やっ。音が聞こえる。よっよっせいよっ。ついてきて。
La 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 la.
それ
La la la.
よっ
La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la.
ついてきて
Alright, music back. I think so. We just have to like not get KO'd. Sounds like so. Defense food will be useful. Let's get some defense food going. I wish I had stronger defense food. Healing effects. I mean, we could honestly just use an attack food as well, just so that this goes fast. This goes faster. We'll just eat like a low quality. Yeah, why not? I think it's a search bar, it's fine. Probably should not have used this thing. You're winning, son. I believe I am. As long as I don't die, should be fine here. Probably should not have got Pyro against a Pyro Wire though.
険だ冒険。
料理の時間だよ。
よし。みんながそばにいてくれる。
やっはっ網上げよ。さっふっウオパー火を吹け。
雨描きがたし。股間奥義。
厄払い。
せい。
風を越える。
燃えろ。
料理の時間だ
You
よ。
really should have put a time limit on this. No, they
全
shouldn't.
力攻撃だ。
師匠の技を食らいなさい。
この剣はわかるかい。
That would have made it worse.
冒険だ冒険。
Uh-oh. No! I didn't
みんなが
die.
そばにいてくれるわ。
And I dodged that last one.
ちょっと
I didn't die. I
燃え
did
ろ。
not die.
それはっそい。
Alright, hold on. I can't be distracted by Goshi.
網上げよ。よっ
燃えろ。
熱々でしょ。キラキラ。
みんなは俺が。
Don't like having time limits on every endgame mode. Not like this.
歌よ認識とない。
Not like this.
この剣はわかるかい。
やっ風を越える。
せい。
はっ
Honestly, even wilds have a time limit, but it's nowhere near as like oppressive, I guess, which makes it a lot more fun.
師匠の技を食らいなさい。
just trying to be honest here, but I've been enjoying wilds a lot because the time limit is technically like what, like really long. It's like
ヒュー
time limit's like
とりゃ
みんなは俺が守る。
はっ
50 minutes.
厄払い。
Got like a ton of time. At least for low rank. I think like high rank is like 20 minutes. But 20 minutes is like more than enough time, kind of,
話が
typically,
通じないなら
to get everything in
長くなるでし
order.
ょう。はあ飛ぶよ。
みんながそばにいてくれる。
せいそれはっよっ
せい。
料理の時間だよ。
へん。はっ。
やあそれ
この剣はわかるかい。歌よに。
はっ網上げよ。よっ
全力攻撃だ。
Alright, I think we got these.
服を運んできたよ。熱々でしょ。
Yay! There we go. Probably would have gotten it faster if I didn't use Pyro Team. But we got it. Alright, alright. I wonder what the next one is. Defeat Tupayo's aid while they are hovering in the air? What? While they are hovering in... what? The fudge? Nani? While they are hovering in the... I guess we Tina team, boys. We Tina team now. I guess. Hmm.
コマニアをお選びいただきありがとうございます。
Alright. Let's get my what are the defense food runs out so fast? Like maybe I just took too long, but it only lasts for like 5 minutes, I guess. By the way, you get an exclusive gadget to use after Perfume Lady quest. Yeah. You get like I don't know what it does though. It just kind of it kind of gives you like the I guess I smell a little nicer in game. That's about all I can tell. Useless like all of these gadgets. Wow, look at all of these gadgets that I've like. Look at all of these. What are these? What are these? Anyway, let's get to fighting, shall we? Let's eat more delicious Tsingtse stir fry and more defense food. Okay.
Yep.
どうぞお受け取りください。よいしょ。
見えないだろ。よっ、根こそぎにしてあげる。
そこ。
夜の元
一応目を覆える。ついてきて。せい。はっはっせい。
高評価よろしく。邪魔。ほっ。断罪のな。
めくれまし。ついてきて。さあ。ふん。
魔法のラッピー。
音が聞こえる。一応目を覆えば。よっ。
お嬢様の
Oh my gosh.
お荷物です。ものをいただきます。
めくれまし。試練満員だよ。見えないだろ。よっよっせい。てっふふっ。
黒き翼よ。よいしょ。せい。よいしょ。
一応目を覆えば根こそぎにしてあげる。ほっ。
どうぞお受け取りください。邪魔。
I don't know how I can.
めくれまし。
I'll just have to make sure he's like really low so that I can hit him while he's in the air. When he eventually goes into the air.
ついてきて。やっ。
ちょっと失礼。前がありです。
一応目を覆えば音が聞こえる。ふふっ。
影のカラスが。はあ。
キリがない。
Oh
試
dear.
練満員だよ。
That is not
荷
good.
物です。邪魔。魔法のラップやものをいただきます。
めくれまし。よっ。てっ。
断罪のな。そこ。
Defense food really
音
working
が
out there.
聞こえる。見えないだろ。はっ。
前がありです。
お嬢様の
高評価よろしくお願い。
えい。一応目を覆えば。ほっ。やっ。
Oh, now he's up.
よっと。引っかくぞ。
I'm guessing now I have to start thinking about keeping him like low but not
ついて
dead.
きて。
よいしょ。はあ。はっ。夜も。
めくれまし。てっ。えい。ふっ。根こそぎにしてあげる。ついてきて。ふふっ。
And maybe I hold off at this point.
見えないだろ。よっ。ついてきて。
Not using the right move though. No, I just wait, I guess. Maybe I'll wait as Kirara. Kirara's got some pretty good. I need to wait for him to fly, I guess. Let's just stay as Kirara. I can stay defended for quite a long time, I think. Come on, just fly already. Alright, is he flying? He's flying. He's flying, he's flying.
一応目を覆えば歯
No!
落ちて紺にキス
No! Fischl! Fischl did it! Fischl did it. Who needs Tinari Fischl? Oz got you. Like Tinari died, like, no! But it's okay, Fischl got it. How do you get one shot it? No, it was like 2 shots. I was aiming at the thing, but because like when Tinari is aiming, like he's so slow. Gets interrupted every time he tries to aim. I didn't think of that. Should've just went burst. No, I went to a statue of 7 by accident and revived Dory when I meant to keep her dead. Wait, why would you keep her dead? It's alright, we got the achievement. Easy. He was low enough that Oz basically finished him off. Pretty good. See, this is why Fischl is great. Fischl carry. Fischl's the real carry here. Iron Beard. Molten Barbs. Just press E and C A from a distance. No, it's because he's his fire attacks track you. So I should have just bursted when I had the chance instead of trying to CA. It's okay, we're good. We're good. Let's get whoever this guy is. Do I need Geo Traveler for this? I guess I do need Geo Traveler for this. Oh wait, yeah, this is a statue. Also, I don't like Dory because I have C20 plus of her at that point. You see, I don't have this problem of having a C20 Dory. Strangely enough. I wonder why. I wonder if there's ever like if it's ever even possible to like imagine you play a version of the game where like if you get C7 of any character, you immediately lose. So like, you can't play anymore if you ever hit C7 of any character. Because that's like a waste, quote unquote. So I'll be really curious to know if like anyone has ever like actually been able to strategize perfectly so that they would never like seize that 7 a character. Just Gamba Simulator. Well, it's not a Gamba. Like I'm pretty sure there's a way to strategize in a way that like you're not just pulling for 5 stars. You also have to consider the 4 stars on that banner, and like always making sure that you don't like max out your 4 stars. I think is like super key. But I think it's possible. I think as long as you're like really smart with your wishes, you will never see 7 a character. Like even on a like standard or I feel like that's possible. And like you obviously can't go like pull too many times on a single banner, so unfortunately there are too many people with like C50 Bennett's or something. But the point is that it's kind of a waste, right? Like if you have, especially everyone has like C7 C7. It would be much better if you like could just pick a C, like a maybe if you get a refund, you get like another 4 stars character. That's somehow like progress. I guess you get a bit higher rebates, but that doesn't really. That still feels bad. Okay, if I ever start wishing, my goal is to never see 7 a character. That's the goal. Because it's not an efficient use of Primo Gems unless you never see 7 a character. Let's see. So I got Geo Traveler. I guess I just put him in a Tinari team, right? And then it should work out. Don't you get pull refund if you do? Yeah, but it doesn't it's not good enough. It's still a waste. Like it still feels bad. It's still like it's not like a 4-star refund. It's like a pull refund. It's not like hey, here's another 4-star that you can get. Like here pick among the Lantern Rite 4 stars if you got a C7 or something, right? It's different. Like, unless your refund is like 10 pulls, then it's basically a scam, right? So you should never like C7 a character. Doesn't feel bad when all the 4 stars you have are all C6. Are they though? Are they though, Brushy? Are they though? If I look in your account and I see a character that isn't C6. Come on. What is this? This guy didn't even get detected. That's not fair. Oh, this guy is called Brown Reinvestment. What is this? Except like Amber, Kaya, or Lisa. Yeah, exactly. You probably would have rather like Constellation, Kaya, or Lisa. They're ultra rare for some reason. For no reason. There's no good reasons why they are ultra rare. 0 good reasons. Actually, the way MiHoYo does things, there are no good reasons for a lot of things. I mean, besides like, hey, we want your money. That's not a good reason. Let's let's go. I think this guy is like here, right? I can delete this one. I'm gonna clear this one. I'm 100% sure that they will, before the end of Tevat chapter, they will change the wish system for 4 stars. So we'll wait until that point. They will change the wish system for 4 stars. They'll make it easier for us to get like 4-star characters that we actually want. There will be some kind of pity system or some kind of like refund discount system that will make it feel like less like better to like generally pulling for 4 stars will be like better. How is stream boot itself not about? Also, March 22 account creation isn't flag. For reals. Yellow. Oh yeah, I guess I do need. Probably should like should I change the Geo Traveler set just because? Probably not, right? I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to change sets because we don't have artifact loadouts yet. Goodness. See, this is why we need artifact loadouts. Please, MiHoYo. Please. Okay. My theory is that gacha won't be reworked to Genshin Part 2. I'm not sure if the gacha overall, but I'm like they've already made changes to the wish system. Right? They've already made changes to the wish system by adding capturing radiance in 5.x. They've improved the weapon banner. I think with the what do you call it, epitomized path thing. So I'm pretty sure 4 stars next. Capturing radiance is such a small change though. Yeah, it won't be an overhaul, but I think like adding some kind of 4-star pity is also considered a small change. I don't think it's like considered a full rework. So I'm pretty sure it's in the cards even before part 2. I wouldn't say like 4-star pity is a major change in the wish system. It doesn't really change much, honestly. Because the idea that the intention is that you pull enough, you get a 4-star character use. Anyway, the reality is that it doesn't happen for everyone. But it's just making things more consistent rather than more, you know, random, essentially. Putting some bounds on the extremes. Which is, you know, I wouldn't say it's a big change. The probability is probably still the same, it's just you have less, there's less people that can complain like they've never gotten like a C6 Chevrolet or something. So for this guy, I need to like, what is it? I need to beat him without letting him break the barbs or something. I'm gonna have to practice this one a bit. I'm not entirely sure. I might as well use all this food I have, honestly.
お嬢様の仰せのみ拝見といく。
見えないだろ。ほっ。
Okay, that did not work. That did not work. Abandoned immediately.
お手並み拝見といこう。
オズ。
めくれまし。
構成。
主練満員だよ。
はあ。
見えないだろ。
断罪の名においてゆえぐい。
やっ。せい。ほっ。
落ちて。
夜の弦。
根こそぎにしてあげる。めくれまし。やっ。
怖くない。
ついてきて。
ちりとなれ。
見えないだろ。せい。音が聞こえる。
構成。
No! This is not working out. Maybe I shouldn't use a burst. If I use a burst, I keep like using geo characters, and the fact that like their stupid constructs don't like spawn
お手
properly.
並み拝見といこ
姿を見。
めくれまし。ほっ。
Is it just me, or has Xingqiu not been on the banner for a long? I have no idea actually. Has he not?
動かないでね。
う。お嬢様のお。
見えないだろ。
Maybe that's a good thing though, because a lot of people already have Xingqiu. Probably a good thing.
落ちて。
Maybe I'll just create like more stones everywhere.
断罪の名によ。
Yeah, I will resist the urge to use Geo Traveler's Burst. Because the burst is honestly not very good. And I'd rather like not block my ability to create these
ゆえぐい。出番。
rocks
めくれまし。
properly.
せい。主練満員だよ。
構成。
Oh, he destroyed my rock. I have to consider that too. I didn't realize he could
見
destroy
え
my
ない
rock.
だろ。
Okay.
影のカラスが。
一応目を覆えば。やっ。せっ。ほっ。せっ。よっ。ふふ。
やっ。答えなさい。
見えないだろ。根こそぎにしてあげる。
怖くない。落ちて。はっ。黒き翼よ。
めくれまし。主練満員だよ。よっ。せっ。えい。せい。よっ。えい。や。
動かないでね。断罪の名において。
見えないだろ。やっ。よっ。それ。
やっ。はっ。
一応目を覆えば。
やっ。やっ。姿を見せ。
Okay, I think
根
he's
こそ
done.
ぎにしてあげる。せっ。
よっ。ゆえぐい。出番だよ。
めくれまし。ほっ。
死んだ後も敗北を味わうとは。
Wait, what? Wait, I didn't get the achievement? He didn't break any of his barbs though, right? Unless... Oh, let me think. He didn't break any barbs though. He was on October 21, 2024, still a while ago, but not as long as I thought. Wait, did I do something wrong there? He didn't break any barbs though. Let me check this achievement. Hidden beard. Break barbs. Unless like the abandoned challenge button doesn't work, but I don't think so. This is kind of weird. I'm not sure why that didn't work. I don't think he broke any barbs though. We don't. That element filter when you scroll between characters is super useful. Yeah, especially now when people have so many characters. Definitely feel like people need it. I'm glad they didn't hide it away in some menu. More menus. Alright, I messed up again. That's okay because I can fly to it and plunge. So according to the guide, if I just lure him to the edge, which is actually not very good for this team, it's gonna create these stones everywhere. Nice like that. He didn't get to do it. He didn't get to. There's one possibility that when he broke my stones, they mistook it for breaking the bones. That's my only thought. See, like when he breaks my stones, maybe the game like thinks that that's a bar, that's why he gets the achievement. But I don't think should be the case, but we'll just try one more time. Aha! So the trick is like any barbs that are created outside the arena automatically get destroyed. Which is pretty nice. As long as I create them, they can create them outside the arena. That's all good. I really don't know why it's not working. Oh, it didn't work the last time. If this doesn't work again, I'm gonna say that it's glitched. See, that barb just disappeared when it hit outside the
根
arena.
こそぎにしてあげる。ついてきて。
怖くない震えよ
とめくれまし。
断罪の名に動かないでね落ちて
死んだ後
Oh, we finally got
敗
it.
北
Okay.
を味わうとは
Okay, I don't know why it happened the first time, but I think the abandoned challenge doesn't actually work where you have to exit the thing and then come back. I think the barb coding is just a little weird. So that when I did abandoned challenge, it didn't actually like reset. Yeah,
ユエーグイ出番だよ
counter, I guess. It's all good. It's all good. We got it now. Ironbeard, without being hit by any of his attacks. I think we were basically there, almost. I just have to dodge him.
影の
お手並み拝見と
優
いく
也を求めている動かないでね構成
試練満員だよ。えいやっ
Just have to be really careful.
ユエーグイ出番だよ
一応目を覆えば。ほっ音が聞こえる。よっせい。
落ちて
フラッシュボンバ
はあ構成動かないでね
よっ
落ちて黒き翼よ
根こそぎにしてあげる。めくれまし。よっ
構成
ほっよっえい。
ややはんや塵となれ
見えないだろ。ほっ
答えなさい
試練満員だよ。よっへっほっ
怖くない
えい。
落ちてはあ夜の剣
一応目を覆えば。よっ根こそぎにしてあげる。
死んだ後
Nice.
敗北を
Okay.
味わうとは
Why is ether not included? Never mind. Wait, ether's not included. Ether's included. You can choose to include it or not. There's like a button for you to. You can even change him to Lumine, which I think is pretty neat. Because I don't have ether. Not everybody has ether. Lumine mains unite. Let's go. Okay. What's the next one? Oh no, this is the impossible one without being hit by attacks. By any of his attacks. Oh dear. This is like the straight up impossible one. Echo with Pili's Aegis. I don't know if I want to do this one. What's these two are just overworld bosses, right? So it's really just Ika with Pili's ages. This guy's done. The last one, I think this one's done too. There's nothing here. So the last one is this. So that's quit total. I think I've done this guy. The last one's here. Equip police ages. How about this guy? What is this? Why is there a marking here? Is this just random? What is this marking here? Did I mark something here and forgot to take it off or something? Or is this supposed to be a shrine spot? March and April, I have 28 characters. Nice, nice. I actually haven't checked how many I have. I think I have enough to do like part. Well, March I already done, so it's more like April and May, I think. I haven't checked yet. Let's see, April. April I have 19. And then May I will have 18 exactly. So kind of just nice. But I am getting Aurora on next patch too though, so that makes it 20 in April. I think there might be one of our Norwich folks who actually can do Visionary in April. Because I'm too short, but they have Gaming and Lanyan. Sorry, Gaming and Yanfei. If they have Gaming and Yanfei, then they should be able to do April 2025 Visionary. Not that it matters too much though. Being able to do Visionary once is not the same as being able to do it consistently, so. But I think one of our Norwich folks actually are able to do this, because instead of like my C2 Xingqiu, if those two constellations were Gaming and Yanfei, I would be able to do Visionary in April. Which is kind of sad. Kind of a sad regret moment for me. But then again, I would never have predicted that 2.6 was gonna give us a free Xingqiu, so if I knew that 2.4, I would have picked like either Yanfei or Chongyun. Yanfei would probably be the better choice in this case, because then I would have like, let me see, Yanfei, yeah. Since my Hydro is so stacked, each character can carry a floor by themselves. Furina, Nephilet, Yelan, Sigwin. C6, Sig, let's go. Actually stacked. Actually stacked, not gonna lie. Collectively 8 floors, all from Hydro. Very, very nice. Yeah, I want to see what's in this area. There's probably nothing in this area, and I marked it for no apparent reason. I'm a Hydro main, I guess. Did you get C6 for Reno, Brushy? Or is Sigwin your only C6? Of that Hydro? No, she's C2. I guess you can't call yourself a Hydro main unless you C6 Reno. Also, what is this? Yeah, so this is a shrine. That's what this is. Shrine. Okay, I did mark it, but it's a shrine. It's marked with the wrong thing. It's supposed to be marked with a star. That's what my... Yeah, that makes sense. So I marked out all the shrines, I think, at this point. So when I eventually want to open them, I can just open them when I want to. Should I try this Equapolis Edges one? No one sees 6's sequence, so I can stay relatable. Mostly relatable. I like to be relatable. Wait, what is that? What does relatable even mean? Why Why would why would having C6 Furina not make you relatable? Honestly, if anyone's smart, they would probably C6 Furina. And not gonna lie. But C2 Furina is probably good enough. There is definitely a sense of like, it's kind of a waste to see 6 support characters. Kind of a waste. People only see 6 DPS characters. But to those people, I say DPS characters are so locked into like specific teams. I don't think there's like a universal DPS character. That's the issue. Like there's no DPS character you could slot into any team. And that's because by definition a DPS is their own team. And you need supports for that team. Or maybe that's just not quite yet. Maybe at some point in the future there will be a general... Imagine there's like a imagine like Furina as a support is so like universal. Imagine there's a DPS that's just as universal. If this DPS exists. If I use C6 Furina, a character that is used at C0, C2 by most players, then I will seem unrelatable. Wait, what? Most players wouldn't even pull Sigwin, so C0 but the C6 would even, that is true. But isn't the point just to make it easier for you to clear content? That's kind of the point of wishing, right? Besides like getting characters you like if you're pulling for like to give yourself an easier time, might as well pull the strongest characters. Like the real strat is to always save for guaranteed. Like always have like what 100,000 in the bank, so that you always get a. If there's an upcoming character that's like crazy power creep, you can guarantee yourself that character, and then spend any primos above that only for like the strongest characters. And you could probably get through Genshin only needing maybe 6 guarantees. Imagine if you only need 6 guaranteed 5 stars. What is the minimum amount of 5 stars you need to clear 36 star Abyss right now? Let's just assuming that you can. You don't have a lot of C4s, like you don't have like very good you have low constellation. You know, low constellation 4 stars, so like no Xiangling, like your Xingqiu Xiangling are not like carrying or anything. Like they can in certain like YouTube videos. But you can assume that like Xingqiu Xiangling, like the national teams can't carry the Abyss on their own. You don't have a cookie. You don't have like you don't have access to basically Hyper Bloom. I guess now that you have Lanyan, now that I have Lanyan, it's not as bad as not having Sucrose. I don't need an easier time now. Now though, Brushy, the problem is that Abyss is power creeping. I don't know if you've seen the power creep charts, but this Abyss the Abyss has been power creeping, so you have to like at least account for that. At the very least account for it. So there's a very clear like, let me see if I can copy this image. And I'll paste it in here. I was gonna like pull together like a chart from like the Home Digicat wiki, but maybe this will do. Let's see. Website. Maybe paint. Maybe if I do this. Wow, this did not work out. Okay. Paint. We are on paint. And we are showing you an Abyss power creep chart that clearly shows you how much HP oh, it's not even blocking my face. That's how big this is. Decrease this a little bit. Actually, just Oh, actually, this is fine. Let me bring it like that, but let me put my face above it. There we go. Okay. Look at this madness. All right. Here's what's going on. Basically, in like 1.x, you'll see that the total HP in Abyss has hovered around between 3 and 4 million. This total HP of all chambers in Abyss, and you can see each chamber is highlighted. So the one at the bottom is 12.1, 12.2, and 12.3 at the top. And so this is from Home DigiCat Wiki. And you'll see that in the 1.x, like Abyss is actually possible with just 4-star units. 2.x, they start releasing like Ayaga, and they start encouraging, like Raiden got released, they start encouraging people to like, you know, pull, like, they start like casually power creeping the Abyss just a little bit with like Magu Kenki and a couple others. You'll see in 2.4, they had a big spike up here, going from like around, I want to say total HP 6 million, maybe 6 to 7 million, going all the way up to like 8 million. And then there was a huge backlash, or at least they were releasing like older characters that weren't as good, so they dropped down the difficulty to 2.5 and 2.6. So you can see this like huge drop down between 2.4, 2.5, and 2.6. 2.6 was probably one of the easier abysses, but maybe there were also shields in there. I mean, power creep isn't inherently a bad thing. That no. Okay, brush. It depends. Power creep is a bad thing. Full stop. It's a bad thing. It's straight up a bad thing. There is some level of power creep, like inflation, like, you know, like some level of inflation is okay, but now you don't agree. Okay, let me explain to you that this level of power creep is a bad thing. Maybe you can try to explain why it's not a bad thing. That's fine. But this level of power creep, at least, I'm pretty sure it's pretty bad. So 3.x, like what you can see here, like it's actually been stable for like a really long time. And 3.x was also like the patch where like I think I was able to clear 36-star Abyss around 3.3 and 3.4 patch right here. This was when like my account actually built up enough resources to be able to 36-star Abyss right here, right at this point. It might have been 3.5 when it like became a little easier. It might have been this one, if I recall. Let me actually check my YouTube. I have this on my YouTube actually. Like when I actually cleared Abyss. Basically in the 3.x phase, it was actually like possible for like accounts like mine to be able to clear Abyss. Like we would have just gotten to like a point where clearing Abyss is like, you know, this actually feels like it's possible. Okay, so it was 3.2. So 3.2 was when I cleared it. So 3.2 around this part. When they first released Dendro was a little, I guess, a little overtuned or something. But quicken and spread reactions were really, really strong 3.2. So I was able to clear in I think I might have been able to clear in 3.1 as well, if I'm not wrong. Let me check. 3.1, yeah, 3.1 and 3.2. Both of these patches I was able to clear Abyss. I think it was probably the 3.1 patch, honestly. The 3.1 patch, when it went down a little bit, this was like the easiest Abyss in a long time. And I was able to clear 36 stars here. 3.2, I think this is the later half. I couldn't clear after this point, I think. But when it was down, I think it spanned a 3.1 and a 3.2 patch, like somewhere in the middle. So this was when like Abyss was like, okay. But you see, the point of power creep is to like kind of force people to pull for characters. You see, that's why like for me, like it's basically a scam. Like pulling for characters is a scam because of power creep. And sure, they have to like power creep in some way because they need to force people to pull for characters. Totally agree with that. That's fine. Like I understand like some level of power creep and is like inevitable just because there's no way for like for you to be able to like sustain your business or your model without like, you know, having like your later characters stronger than your previous characters. That's fine and all. But look at the increase from like 4.x to like 5.x. So 3.x, I think like even the power creep in 3.x, I think that's still okay. This is still okay. It's still kind of leveled off here in terms of HP. And then once 4.0 dropped, they gave us free Bennett, and they were like, okay, since we gave you Bennett, woof, look at this increase. Look at this increase, okay? And this increase like has two stages. from 4.0 to 4.8, it's one slope. Okay, that's one slope. Okay, and the angle of the slope it increases even faster from like 5.0 to 5. You just look at this. Just look at how much of an increase in this in a short span of time. And okay, some of this is maybe it's because they also cut down on the number of abysses once they introduce Imaginarium. So each of these like sort of abysses is technically spans a slightly longer amount of time, but not really, because last time abysses were also like spanning like either like 6-week cycles, either 6 weeks or like 4-week cycles. It was kind of weird. But anyway, the point is that the rate of power creep has gone up like way too much. Like if your power creep had been like, okay, maybe 1.0 was like this, 2.0 was like this, 3.0 was like this, and then 4.0 was maybe like this kind of thing, I would be okay with that. I would still wouldn't like it, but I would be okay with that. Like you can see like 1.0 had a plateau, 2.0 had mostly a plateau. They were doing some weird shenanigans in 2.4. 3.x also had mostly a plateau right here. See, all the way from 3.0 to 3.8. And then 4.0, no more plateau. Like every patch, it was just going up. There was just like maybe 4.4 went down, but shields and stuff, maybe that was why. There was no plateau anymore. Like it has stopped plateauing. It has just kept increasing from 4.0 to 4.8. The difference is like, what is it? From like 9 million to like 13 million, like almost 4 million of a difference. Compare that to 3.0 and 3.8, which is like maybe like 500,000 of a difference, I want to say. And then now look between 5.0 and 5.4, and that's more than 5 million of a difference. Okay, that's the amount of power creep that Genshin is now like sort of accepted, and I guess and that this is why the community is kind of complaining. Not just the fact that Abyss has gotten so much harder, it's the fact that they've released units, right? They've released units that sort of force the Abyss to become harder, or put it in a different way, they've released like units that can actually like bridge this 5 million DPS threshold between 5.0 and 5.4. So Abyss power creep kind of goes hand in hand with character power creep in a sense. But this is how much stronger Mavica teams are, Mavica, Silali, Shilonen teams are, compared to what we had in 5.x, which was basically like the best teams were like what, New Villette, Farina, basically, right? This is how much better like the Mav, Silali, Shilonen teams are. That's the difference. Okay? That's the difference. That means you might still be able to clear content now, but extend this out to the end of 5.8. This is not even the end. This is only halfway through of 5.x, guys. This is only halfway through. This is all of 4.x. Okay, it went from like, it increased like around, I want to say like 5 million, 4.0 to 4.8, right? This was like an entire 4.x patch. Okay, they've done this 5 million jump, which is about the same as from 4.0 to 4.8, about the same jump to 5.0 to 5.4. That's like the same increase, like the 5 million increase. By the time we hit 5.8, that's like, this is off the charts. This is like this is going all the way up to like 30 million, or 25 million. Sorry, 25 million. We're gonna hit 25 million by like, and then that's the kind of gap like from there to like the teams that we had in like 4.x. Now there's a case to be said that maybe the 5.5, 6, 7, 8 patches don't release like really strong characters, but it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like they're planning to release Skirt, and there are certain signs that she's gonna be like really strong. I'm not entirely sure if she's gonna like power creep Mavica or anything like that, but there's a good case that this trend is gonna continue. I think maybe in 5.5 it might, like, It might drop down a little bit. I don't know. I haven't checked the 5.5 abysses. Maybe it like drops a bit, but it like based on like what this is looking like, look at 5.2, 5.3, 5.4 all the way up. That increase is it's kind of insane. So I mean, if you think power creep isn't inherently a bad thing, that's fine. That's fine. But I don't think you can say that this level of power creep is not a bad thing. Like this level and this extent of it, I think you'll be hard pressed to kind of defend Hoyo in this context. I would say like maybe the power creep in like from 2 to 3.x, maybe even 4.x power creep is not like too bad if you think about it that way. But the recent power creep, at least in 5.x, is a bit kind of insane. So, it's really getting like way too hard and getting like way too demotivating to even like try this anymore. So, and yeah, at some point like you'll realize like, why am I even pulling for 5.x characters when like 6.x characters are basically like if you extrapolate this chart and let's say like your best teams are like for like maybe you pull Furina like 4.2, right? That's like 10 million DPS. Okay, maybe let's say your Furina is like good, your Furina teams are good enough for like this 10 million DPS range, like pretty comfy clears, so on and so forth. By the time we hit 6.x, that's not a comfy clear anymore, right? 6.x, that's like so 6.x will go up to 25 million. That's like 15 million increase, right? And 7.x, like why am I pulling for characters in like 4.x when I can save and then pull for them somewhere here when we know those characters are gonna be like this high on the chart. they're gonna like blow all of these numbers out of the water. And so that just makes like the people who pulled for characters before just feel really bad. So there's definitely like a strong case for like this power creep situation has kind of got out of hand. That's what I'm saying. Personally, like I don't like power creep, but it's just me. That's because I don't pull for characters. And if I don't pull for characters and they keep power creeping, it just feels bad, man, all the time. You know, it's not like I'm doing this to torture myself. I was really doing this as I do actually want a 36-star abyss at some point, and I actually did it in like 2.1 patch, 2.2 patch. But now it's just kind of a bit too much, But yeah, we'll kind of leave it at that. But the power creep has really gotten. If there's one thing like I can agree with like the general content creators and the Reddit threads that are out there, it's that the power creep right now is out of hand. What would I like to see? I would like to see them give me a free cookie Shinobu. That's about it. But honestly, like anything, like even if they gave me like all the standard 5 stars, I don't even think that 36 stars is possible. That's how ridiculous it's become. Like it's like straight up demotivating. Like there's a case for like, hey, it's really difficult versus hey, it's impossible. So if it's really difficult, then over time like you can build towards it. But if it's straight up impossible, it's like you're basically just forcing me to pull for like the strongest characters. So it's kind of sus, but weekly boss time.
よっ
つまんないの。
やっ
yourself. It definitely like says something when I play more Monster Hunter than Genshin these days. But no, this is definitely not gonna be easy. Definitely not. Let's go. I technically don't need Lanyan. Just give Lanyan.
お茶会は淑女の必修科
I can
目さ。
probably like
お茶会における礼儀作法を学びたいなら僕が教えてあげよう。
Okay, I need a heal.
手を使う相手をたがえるな。
Oh no. At least the good thing is that these heal over time does pop up, you know. Because I don't think she has can I even tell when her moves are like this There might just be a DPS reader right there. So not enough ER to like burst, but more of like a damage dealer. Oh my gosh, I nearly fell off. I didn't know you could actually fall off there. Whoa. No, where's my billets?
Sora! 君に捧げよう。
昆虫は本能的に光を追うが、人間
Oh,
も
why
同
did
じ
it
だ。
work?
希望という名の光を追っている。
ついてきて。
探索に挑戦。冒険者の生活はどうやら性に合っているようだ。
すぐ行く。
怖いか、それとも恐怖を抱く勇気すらないか。私と打ち合う、この燃え上がる炎で。
反省しなさいよ、酔っ払い。
来い。いや、私と打ち合う。少しはまともになってきた。恋と美しきかな。闇来たる破滅の時がカウントダウン開始。煉獄の投影に過ぎぬ。もがく様を見せてくれ。
I guess if I had to summarize 5.0 around felt too hard, but slow power creep is what allows the game to be not stagnant. There's a right reason why people glaze Genshin when Honkai Star was getting harder, because they Genshin and getting super relative ease. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, like, if you think like there's some level of power creep necessary, like, just to keep people interested. That's fine if you think that way, but 5.0 definitely you would have to agree like that power creep is a bit ridiculous. But I think even Fontaine, you already seen like some signs of it, like getting. You've seen some signs of power creep creeping in. 4.0 I'm gonna say it wasn't maybe it wasn't too bad, but there's this fine line, right? Like how much is too much? So live service games will always power creep. Well, there's a difference. There's something to be said about Nubilet with the start, in your opinion. There's something to be said about like making like what people wish for like start to feel like you start to feel bad about like all the wishes you spent on like, you know, Hu Tao, you know. And maybe it's more of like a time thing, right? Maybe like every year you drop like a much stronger character, that's fine. Versus like, you know, versus like every 3 years you drop the new character. That's like much stronger. So sometimes it's just like a timing thing where like 4.x was really like the point where like MiHoYo was like, okay, people are really not pulling for 3.x characters. By the way, so I guess we do have power creep. So like I think to a normal person, I think that's fine. Like for a normal person, if like who actually like wishes and like, you know, wants to collect characters, like as who actually like, people who actually play this game like a gacha, then sure, right? You do tend to want to have a reason to pull for like stronger characters, stronger teams, but there's a limit, right? There's definitely like a very fine line between like I wouldn't even call it power creep at that point. Like if it's like so small where it's more like how would you put it? Like it's more like progress, right? There's some kind of like slow increasing, like, you know, your account gets stronger. Maybe it's stronger artifacts. Maybe, you know, it's stronger teams. Like when Dendro came out, you know, people have basically had access to like a whole, you know, new set of like more damage, more mechanics kind of thing. I think in Fontaine they tried this a little bit with like the Numa and Usia, but like I don't think that combat mechanic really panned out. It just ended up being like Furina Nouvelle.
見切りました。
The like Dendro making a lot of teams like better, and like the fact like that they also increase the elemental damage of like certain elemental reactions. I like those kind of, you know, improvements
一応目を
because
覆う。
those were accessible to like everyone
ついてきて。
across the board. Like sure, Dendro was a bit less accessible because you kind of had to pull for like there were so few Dendro characters to start out, and there kind of still are very few Dendro options. But they gave us like, you know, there's the free Yao Yao, Dendro Traveler was actually good, so you know, I would say it was a lot more
一
accessible.
応目を覆う。
By the way, game audio can be a bit lower, like 15. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't realize the game audio was off. Sorry, thanks for letting me know.
ついてきて。
But yeah. But like the
裁きの怒り。音が聞こえる。
much better. Yeah, I had it turned up because I was recording the Emily story quest.
根こそぎにしてあげる。ついてきて。
But yeah, I think we can all agree the Natlan power creep is beyond what is it's kind of beyond what is acceptable.
見えない。ついてきて。よっ。根こそぎにしてあげる。
But at the end of the day, that's what gacha, like gacha games kind of do have the power creep at some point. But I still think inherently power creep is bad because power creep is sort of like a core tenet of gacha games, which is why like if our standards were high, then yeah, it's beyond acceptable. No, like the point is that to an average gacha gamer, like you would be like, because you play a lot of like gacha games, like for you, like it's a bit more acceptable. Like you've played a lot of games where like power creep is basically normalized. I come from a standpoint where like I don't play gacha games, like at all. Like I literally don't play gacha games. I don't even play this game like a gacha game. Like from that standpoint, like it's like I play this like as a free to play game basically, right? So you play everything. Yeah, but the fact that you have like exposure to gacha games and the fact that like you're kind of used to like power creep in that situation makes it a bit more acceptable, I guess. But for me, like the core reason I don't engage in gacha is because of power creep. Like the main reason like I don't want to wish for characters is because why should I wish for it now when I know there's another character 5 years down the road that will be like 5 times better, right? And by that logic, I will never pull for any character because 5-10 years down the road, it's gonna be, you know, a better use of my primos. And so far, it's actually turned out to be true. Like all the primos I've saved so far, they are actually better used now than they were back in 1.x, back in 2.x. I can say even back in 3.x right now. 4.x, maybe, you know, Furina and Nouvelle are still like okay. But who knows what happens in like 6.x and 7.x, right? They could like fall off suddenly. Like when Raiden came out, she was like, you know, there were people like complaining about her, of course, but like she was basically like the character you put on like national teams. And now Raiden's basically like off the radar for like a lot of, like in terms of the meta, she's kind of out of the radar. She's like on the edges of the meta right now. Like basically like probably like the only like really good Electro support. Electro has kind of been sus anyway. But you see my point? Like inherently power creep is what fuels gacha. And because I'm kind of anti-gacha, that's kind of why I feel that way. So do I blame them for doing it? No. Obviously they have to do it because it's the gacha business model. But do I think it's bad? Yeah, I think it's a very predatory model. But the problem with that line I'm thinking is that human lives are short. Why 5 to 10 years when you can pull a few units over time and enjoy them? But you see, that's the short-term way of thinking. Like I wasn't like raised. I wasn't raised like yeah, by like the way I think about like my resources and what I have here is that you know, there's I can't think short term, because short term will like basically lead you to destruction essentially. Like if you only like pursue like short term things in your life, like that's when like you'll realize that like you've never really built up like any like semblance of like resources or wealth or like any kind of like meaningful comfort that is actually like long lasting. So it's not so much about that. On one hand, like it's part of it is like it's like a sense of like efficiency, and also in the sense of like it's not short to the point where it's literal days. Raiden, for example, has benefited greatly from Dendro and Taser Brush. She's insanely good in core character with Furina, Yella, and Gene Team. Yeah, but she's still kind of in the ages of the meta now, right? Like if you were to pull a character right now, you would choose between Mavica and Raiden. Who would you choose, right? And how much are you losing out if you chose Raiden instead of like specifically C2 Raiden, right? C2 Raiden is 3 pulls, right? Is that a better choice right now compared to pulling C0 Mavica, C0 Shilonen, C0 Silali, right? There's like if you ask me, I'm like I guess what's the best use of my primos right now? Like probably maybe I shouldn't have pulled Raiden kind of thing. And it feels extremely bad now because the power creep is so stark. It didn't used to be this stark, right? So maybe there was a point where like you were in 3.x where a Raiden pull would have felt not too bad. But in my point, if you invest in support cons and go C0 DPS, you can keep using those DPS for a very long time. Yeah, so like Furina is probably like not a bad option. Like if you but like Raiden is starting to fall off a little bit more, right? If you pull a Kazuha, then sure, like Kazuha is still pretty future proof, I think, in general. But these characters are few and far in between, right? Most people didn't just pull for these like support cons. They went for DPSs, they went for characters they liked, and you know, 2 or 3 years down the road, now they start to feel bummed out, like, you know, maybe those characters aren't as good anymore, right? Like how often do you see Ayaka around in Abyss Clears anymore? And I would bet like a lot of people in like the 2.x region had a lot of cons in Ayaka too. That's why Genshin is one of the best gacha in the gacha, because even older characters are still usable. Yeah, I will agree. Like I've not seen any other gacha games. I do think Genshin power creep is still like not as bad as other gacha games. But there's a reason. There's a reason gacha has, you know, had this sort of image for a while. It's because of those older gacha games that have been very predatory and like kind of like, okay, you probably shouldn't be spending your money on these games. Genshin is kind of like the sort of the special kid, I guess, in the house, because it got mainstream attention. So it needs to go beyond gacha, right? Like Genshin is successful because it was able to go beyond gacha. Not because it's not, maybe part of it is because it had a gacha mechanic. To be fair, no, maybe part of the reason it got very big was because of the gacha mechanic. But the reason it got big is like, how do I put it this way? The reason it made a lot of money is because it's a gacha. But the reason it got really popular is not because it's a gacha. It's because it's so much more than that. And I think that's a very important distinction to split up. Like people don't play this game because it's a gacha. Maybe some people do. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Oh, I don't play this game because it's a gacha. Maybe I can put it that way. I don't play this game because it's a gacha. I think there are quite a few people like me as well. But there's a reason Genshin like sort of broke beyond the gacha community, right? And that's because it's more than just a gacha. It's like the open world, the exploration, the story, the characters, you know, and the fact that like, you know, maybe it doesn't have as bad of the gacha trope as some of the other gacha games, which you point out. So I think if Genshin wants to continue to like succeed, it needs to, I honestly think it needs to do like the opposite of what it's doing right now. in a way. Can't really go back anymore though. So I would like to see like at least like that HP chart, like maybe it plateaus for a while for like 5.x to like 6.x. Just like plateau for a while. And maybe that will sort of fix itself over time as people build characters and stuff. I think Genshin needs to lean on its like all the stuff that makes it good from a non-gacha perspective. And that's what's gonna keep it alive. I don't know, I respect that you do not put anything to say about metaphor into this, but it's a non-issue. Prioritize support, so then go for whatever DPS seems cool. Eventually your account will have enough variety to the point that even current abyss. Yeah, but you see, Rashi, the point is not just clearing the abyss. Or like clearing endgame content. Because endgame content is, you know, whether or not you can clear it is just whether or not you have enough like tenacity. Honestly, like enough willpower to clear it. That's about all of this is. But just thinking from a perspective of like your account, if I want like to make the best use of my primogems, it's the same, right? Like if I want to make the best use of my money or my time or my investment, but it is about endgame content. Otherwise, pull whoever looks cool and seems fun. The reason, okay, the reason why I want to say the reason why you think the current abyss is not big of an issue is because you've already like invested like, you know, like your supports and like your strong characters. But this might not continue to be true, Rashi. Right? Right now it's still like okay. But are you really sure like you haven't really been tempted to pull for like Malvika, Shilon, and Zilali? Are you really sure like this like you're starting to feel like your teams are starting to feel weaker than like, you know, certain YouTube clips or, you know, other teams that have, you know, 6 buffs or something? Right now maybe it's still okay, you know, right now maybe Abyss is still clearable, and hopefully it will stay that way. We don't know, but you know, you saw that rate of increase in that HP of the Abyss Chambers. I'm kind of worried, right? And I can feel it too, right? Because my account is well invested. It just doesn't have 5-star characters, and when I cannot even 33 starred, I was like barely even like 30 starring this Abyss, which has happened before in 4.x season, has happened a couple of times. I think 3.x might have happened like once. Like there was one particular one that was really tough because I basically didn't have like a DPS of that specific element. That made it really hard. But getting 30 stars is at the point of like, yeah, this Abyss is kind of overtuned. So I'm already getting that sense. I wouldn't say that endgame content is to the point where it's like, you know, impossible quite yet for like people who have, you know, pulled for Hu Tao in the past. Yeah, I had the perfect team for Marika and she absolutely knows everything, but I didn't pull her because my account feels strong enough. Okay, yeah, but you see, the thing is that Malvika hasn't rerun yet, so you can always pull for her later on, right? So there's not too much. As long as you saved enough primogems, you know, you should be able to pull for Malvika eventually at some point in the future when you're, you know, when you think you need it. I'm not interested in her character personally. Yeah, that's fine. Malvika is also like a DPS, which, as you said before, you don't need like DPS per se. But Shilonan was also pretty strong. Silali was also pretty strong. And the fact that they could increase the Abyss HP by so much, like I kind of says something about like the level of like where they're kind of headed in, like, you know, Snezhnaya and like the 6.x patches. Same way I feel with newbie slot. My DPS Yellow was so strong back then that I feel feeling newbie. It's good that at least like there are other characters you can use, and there are other teams you can play for sure. But Brushy, how many 5-stars do you have in your account right now? You have a ton. You have a lot of options, right? You have a ton. Like you're it's for definitely for like players who are, you know, still starting out or still new, and like there's a lot that has gone into your characters to get your account to the point where, like, you know, you're comfortable that way. I would say like my account is probably very close to like, even though, like, you know, I played for a long time, but it's probably closer to like the new player just starting out Genshin kind of level of a team, like in terms of like power level, and especially for those new players, like or maybe a year in, I want to say it's probably closer to that power level. If you're just starting, there's a big incentive to pull Nala and Argus. I wouldn't argue. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, like, they don't even rerun the older characters much anymore. So like, what will happen is that those newer players just basically start out with like so-called quote unquote like the better units, which personally for me, like if I had pulled for like, if I had listened to the advice of everyone else and pulled for like Kazuha, let's say like if I were actually pulling and I had only chosen the characters that I like wanted to pull like throughout the patch, let's say I would have pulled Kazuha, I would have put Raiden, I would have pulled Nahida, I would have pulled obviously Purina. Yeah, basically I would have put only 4 characters. Like these were like my top choices that I probably will pull at some point in the future anyway. But whether or not you can clear Abyss with just supports, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. If I just had Nahida, Furina, Raiden Shogun, and Kazuha, do you think this Abyss is possible? I forgot Yelan, sorry, but I was never gonna pull for Yelan. But that's just me. I don't like Yelan from like a character perspective, not so much from like a meta perspective. I would still agree from a meta perspective, she's probably like a really great character. Honestly, I think you think you could do it with just Kazuha, Raiden, Furina, and Nahida on my team. Cause honestly, in Natlan, like, I wouldn't even pull for Shilonen, honestly, like, because like Natlan's all the mechanics are all tied together with like the Natlan mechanic that I feel like it would be so hard to just pull for one character from the region. Well, Bennett too. Yeah, and assuming like if I pull, and I would have only pulled for C0 by the way, like I wouldn't have gone for like higher constellations on any of them. It would be C0 Kazuha, C0 Raiden, C0 Nahida, and C0 Furina. So not even the cons, because the constellations will push me a bit too close to like getting C7 on my 4 stars. And you know, I would probably want other characters too. He's a core character that every new attack scaling DPS is balanced off. You mean Bennett? Yeah, wait. Yeah, Bennett's always gonna be good, I guess. I guess now we're gonna have Yansan, which will be pretty good. I don't know, Bachi. I actually do think you do have to pull DPSs these days to 36 star base. Unless you tried it. Maybe if you try to run with just support characters, you can let me know. Just supports and 4 stars. It might be possible this patch. I'm not entirely sure. It's mostly that accretion guy, that Timber 3 that's the biggest issue this patch. I wasn't even able to 1-star it. Okay, not even 1 star. So that's probably saying something. But anyways, yeah, I'm not saying skip DPS, I'm saying really prioritize supports because they're all timeless. Yeah. I think a lot of people, especially like new players starting out, like they look at the strongest DPS like Malvika and they're like, that's definitely not the way to go. The way to go is to pull for supports and then only like the DPSs that you like. And then sort of like just build around the DPSs from a meta perspective. I I really wish there was a general DPS. The only reason people are saying prioritize supports is because DPSs are so locked into like a specific like element, and as soon as they change like there's a new enemy that has shield to the element, now you can't use the DPS, which is kind of really sus. Because supports, like, you could use them even like, cause since, you know, there can't be a general DPS because of elemental system unless there is a character that can deal damage in multiple elements. C6 Dainslift, let's go. Let's go, Goshi. C6 Dainslift. I will pull that general DPS and we're gonna rock. C6 Dainslift. This is why I save for 5. I don't know, by the time Dainslift comes out, it'll be like 7 years. Honestly, it will be really cool if they release like a new element that basically like destroys all of the other elements. Cause that's what power creep means, right, Brushy? That's gonna happen, right? Trust. Here. See, the point is that even if Mihoyo power creeps like crazy, it's still better for me because I have all the Primo Gems to pull for that C6 power creep absolute mad lad character that they're gonna release in 7.8. Maybe 7.2 actually. But we'll see. Tsaritsa is gonna be... I think Tsaritsa is probably on the pull list because Tsaritsa is gonna be like crazy strong. But to say for many years without pulling just because the next character will be better is a flawed way of thinking. Yeah, I understand that it's flawed. That I understand that it's flawed, but it is sort of the necessary conclusion, and the reason I don't play gachas. Because to me that's the necessary conclusion. It's just because tomorrow is better, so save today. That's the goal. That's my conclusion. Yeah, that's my conclusion. Other people will be like, yeah, I guess I gotta spend some Primo Gems over time, and you know that's the more like sort of way to balance it out a little bit. But for me, I'm the type of person that if a character released now, and I had spent like some Primo Gems on a character I put previously that I don't use anymore, I have a really big feels bad, man. And I can't deal with that. I can't deal with this big feels bad, man. Like, imagine if I had like Ayaka on my account. Oh no, that would be so bad. Honestly, like if I had Raiden, if I have like Raiden on my account, I would still kind of feel bad, especially if it was a C2 Raiden. Nahida maybe not so much. Nahida's at least cute enough, you know. My only feels bad, man, is from pulling only Ayaka. And, oh no, Shenhe. I forgot Shenhe. Yes, Shenhe. Shenhe means very feels bad, man. I have like a really big I always think about like the future. Like I'm always worrying and thinking about what happens in the future for me and whether I'll regret my current decision. That's why I don't ever make decisions. I'm very bad at making decisions in my life. But that's a different story. The point is I know I will regret it later, that's why I can't do it. Even though she was my first team that got me 36 stars, she fell off. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Honestly, like I really like Ayaka's character. If I was like a legit like gacha, like I was like into gacha and like spent money in the game, I probably would have pulled Ayaka. Maybe even Yoimiya at some point, because Yoimiya was really nice too. I'm not sure if any other Inazuma characters I would have pulled for though. Inazuma wise, yeah, maybe only those two. Inazuma was kind of, yeah, not a lot of good characters, and there's definitely like a good point in saying that like there were a lot of 5-star releases in like 3.x and 2.x that weren't like power creepy enough, I guess, in your like from your perspective, like they were not like good enough to like be like pulls. But every character I pulled, no regrets. They're still useful thinking of like, oh no, I have to pull the next character. It just doesn't apply for me. Yeah. That's fine. If you can live without the regrets, that's great. All the power to you. But I cannot. But also I think like the reason like they're still useful is because again like the power creep still hasn't gotten to the point where it's like crazy quite yet. And that's because like as you've seen in those charts, right? Like from 2.x to 3.x, the power creep actually wasn't that bad. 2.x to 3.x, the power creep wasn't that bad, and at the same time the characters didn't feel like as good pulling, but the at least the good like Archon characters you pulled in 2.x and 3.x, they were still like pretty meta relevant until like 4.x. 4.x they started power keeping a little bit, but again mostly around like just Farina and Nubilette. I think the later 4.x characters were also like kind of okay, like Rio, okay, fine, you know, like you could probably skip. And but then 5.x came out, and then everybody suddenly feels like, oh, I have to, because all of their kits are so intertwined, like now I gotta pull Mavica, now I gotta pull Silali, now I gotta pull Shilonen, you know, like honestly even Chaska like each were like really strong for some reason. Like they were actually like Walani is also like really strong. Technically, Ayaka and Shana got resurgence in Imaginarium. That's true, they did see some use. But I feel like Imaginarium is kind of like, you could use whatever. Like, I'm clearing Imaginarium with my 4 stars, so as long as you have enough characters. Like, for me, the only reason I can't clear Visionary is because I don't have enough characters. But if I had enough characters, I don't actually need 5 stars, right, to clear it. So I don't think Imaginarium is like too much of an issue. As long as you're pulling, like, I think you should be able to clear Imaginarium generally. Getting stars is way harder. Yeah, but you don't need the stars though, right, Brushy? The stars is only for like achievements. Like I think there's like one achievement that you get for like getting all stars, but you only get it once. So like you only have to clear it, do that maybe like once, and you don't miss out, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure like you don't miss out on like primos if you don't get all the stars. You just have to clear it. You still get all the primos if you clear everything, and because you can even like invite a friend character, it's even easier because then your friend is basically like wailing for you. That's kind of one of the situations where C6 is really nice. It would feel really good to have like a C6 characters and all your friends use your character, and you feel like really nice, really good about yourself. Clearing any game and getting all stars are separate goals. Yeah, getting all stars is fine. If that's like an achievement hunting thing, then that's fine. It could, you know, like if Abyss was just, you know, what if they release floor 13 and it's just like an achievement? That's fine. Like I would be totally down with that. As long as they don't like lock, like, you know, primos and make people feel bad, man, for not clearing it. Like honestly for me, like I haven't 36 started in a long time, so like not clearing Abyss is less of a feels bad, man. Less of a feels bad, man. It's been for a while. Like the way I reason about it is that, you know, I have Welkins going, and like in a week, like my Welkins have covered the cost of Abyss, losing out in Abyss, so I'm fine with that. Not even for achievement, just personal satisfaction. To reinforce the fact that I'm not old yet, heck though, we would not like this. And the fact that I've made sound pulling decisions. I think there's that. I don't think there's, like, don't get me wrong, just because like I regret, like I know I'm gonna regret, doesn't mean like the decision like people make because they didn't save is bad. That's also, I don't think that's a bad decision. I just think that I can't live with my own decisions. Sigwin doesn't count, she's an outlier. Honestly, you have a C6 Sigwin. It's worth it at that point, right? The thing is that, like, I'm more against it from the standpoint of like, how would I put it, like tempting, or like tempting slash, I don't want to say forcing, because no one's actually getting forced to spend money, but like tempting or making people like really want to spend their money on the game is kind of what I'm more against gacha. So if you were like an F2P and you made and you pulled, but you were like strict F2P, you know, like you were like, maybe not F2P, but you were strict, like maybe even Welkin or Battle Pass buyer, I think that's fine. Like you basically, like you were disciplined enough to like never have to wail for a banner. Like you're never at a point where like, oh no, I really want this character, you know. Then I think generally you're making a good decision no matter what you pull, right? It's the folks who get into the gamble problems. That's the ones I'm a little worried about. You know, Hong Kong Star does that a lot. Locking kit is fine. C2 is gross. Didn't they do that for Raiden though? Kind of. I know people are complaining about that on Raiden at some point. I wouldn't. I'm not entirely sure. What was C2 Raiden? I think C2 Raiden was a defense shred. Was it the defense? No, that was C3. C2 Raiden was the what was it? I can probably find it. I don't remember if it was a defense shred or it was the maybe it was the energy thing. C2 Raiden was it was defense shred. 60% defense. Well, it's not shred, but defense ignore. I realize you can't see it because your chat is blocking it, but the Raiden Shogun's attacks ignore 60% of opponent's defense. Well, I guess kind of only for herself too. It's not really a support. And it's just a 30% damage buff, or I think basically it's a 30% damage buff. Yeah, alright. Not really a kit. Oh, you meant like Honkai Star Rail does it where like their entire kit doesn't even work until C2. Yeah, that's just straight up bad. That's just straight up. That's like that's like buying a game and like, oh, by the way, to unlock the rest of the game you need to buy this DLC as well. Yeah. That's basically what it feels like. So yeah, I don't think there's like a character in Genshin that really is guilty of that, I don't think. I'm pretty sure... Let me think. C2... I mean, Genshin is good about making like low cons pretty strong as well. Like C2 Frina, C2 Nahida. They're not must-haves, but they're like really strong and competitive. It's not that bad in Honkai Star, but C0 versus C2 in that game is very big. Like characters feel a lot more complete and comfier, okay? I mean, generally, like, the strategy is to catch those people at the low spending tier, right? Like, people who can spend, and feel like they can probably get a low constellation. So I think that's generally why they do that. Like, putting like stronger cons in the lower in the lower tiers. And then maybe C6 is like... So basically there are two like power spikes, right? One at C2 and one at C6. And that's generally how most characters are. I think some are like maybe C1. But generally, one power spike at the low constellation and one power spike at C6 at the max constellation. That's generally what they do, I think. And that's kind of to capture the market where like generally people will either stop at low or just go all the way anyway because they're whales. So it's capture like those two markets. Like getting stacks to do certain action becomes way easier at C2. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I would say the same isn't really true for 4 stars though. 4 stars, I feel like they've really locked the 4 stars behind the C6s, like a lot of them. Maybe not Yao. Yao is a bad example. But yeah. Beidou, I think C2 is pretty good. I think maybe C3. No, it's C4. Normal text. Nope. Maybe it's just C2. Yeah. Beidou is C2 that has the big one. And then Xiangling, or Bennett, I want to say is like C1. It's probably the most important. But he does get energy in C2. And then Xiangling is obviously C4. But I think the recent ones, like, like Faruzan, C6 is the one you really want. I don't know about Layla, actually. I think Layla is mostly usable regardless. Xingqiu, it's very similar to a 5-star, so C2 and C6 are the ones. Let's see. Official C6 is also really, really strong, actually. Official has a really big power spike at C6. Lynette... I'm not sure about Lynette. I'm not... I haven't really looked into Lynette's cons much. Extra wind shot. But there were a lot of like 3.x characters, at least the 4 stars I remember, where the C6 was basically like super important. Seto's C6, for example. Rowan C6. Does Yao C6 really make a big difference? Let's see. For every 2, the next row or true or Mega Radish. Okay, it is kind of a big difference. She gets Mega. Yeah, Chevy C6. I don't know Chevy. What is Kirara C6? All party members gain all elemental damage bonus? What? I didn't know Kira was that good. I guess only at C6, but wow. That's pretty good. What? What? 12% is meh. 12% is insane for my account. And it's all elemental damage. Just like unrestricted all elemental damage bonus. That's insane. That means like she can boost damage for like she doesn't even need to be on a Dendro tier to boost damage. That's how ridiculous this is. But I guess 12% isn't like that much overall. You do know how much a gob gives, right? Keg W. Yeah, but this is like constant uptime. I mean, I guess a gob is also constant uptime, but this is basically just free, right? Like basically like imagine if this wasn't a C6, but it was just part of a base kit. That's pretty good. But anyway, yeah, I don't think she really needs her C6 though. She's mostly around her shield, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, Lanyan. Does Lanyan have very good C6? Gains 1 additional charge. That's not like a big difference, I want to say. I guess the C4s are a bit more spread out. There are definitely some C4s where you want to C6 them, and that's why the community complains a lot about why we don't get like pity on 4 stars. Yeah, but I don't think all 4 stars have the same kind of issue. Right? Lanyan C6 doesn't sound very strong. Gains an additional charge. C6 is not free. Yeah, exactly. C6 Sarah. Yeah. For like a Raiden hyper carry team. C6 Goro too, right? Yeah, I think Goro also kind of needs C6. There were a lot of 4 stars they released that kind of needed C6. Noelle kind of needs C6. Technically, if you actually want to use her as DPS. Amber kind of needs not C6, but the one that she needs something that explodes the bunny. What is it? C2 to explode the bunny. Yeah, Amber doesn't need C6. You need C2. But nobody has like these cons of the characters because they're never on a banner. C6 Kaya isn't that big of a difference. Let me see. Triggers. She gets a shield at C4? That's insane. What? Kaya gets a shield at C4? What is going on here? Kaya has always had this very weird kit where he can heal himself, and now he can actually shield himself at C4. That's pretty good. Oh, C2 is actually really strong on Kaya too. Increase duration by 2.5 seconds up to a maximum of 15 seconds? Wait. Hold up. Hold up. His duration is 8 seconds. So basically you can 100% uptime on Kaya's burst if you get C2 Kaya. And you... Oh, no. It's for each opponent defeated. Okay. No. That's not very useful. Hold up. For each opponent... I didn't read this. Each opponent defeated. Good in multi-wave. Yeah, multi-wave I guess it's better, but generally since you're fighting bosses in Abyss, maybe not as good. Oh yeah, C6 Diona too. C6 Diona gives you like EM, right? Will gain EM increased by 200. Yeah, C6 Diona is also pretty big for the whole team as a support. Obviously, C6 Ningguang honestly is also really strong. My only wish is that you see a clip of my C6 Diona Lihan's Discord? Lihan's Discord. What was it about? Is it a Walgo or? Feel free to post the clip. Does she do something special at C6 or what? What's going on? Check DM. If your C6 the only user is Sid Lali Trust. Oh yeah, cause she does buff like EM, right? It's pretty good. What am I looking at? I'm just looking at a map at an Arlecchino team. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Support's greater than DPS. The damage is insane because of EM. I guess Silali also gives EM, right? Yeah. But 200 EM is insane. I'm not sure if even Sucrose... I know Sucrose also gives EM. I'm not sure like if she gives more or less than C6 Diona. Silali doesn't get... Does Silali not give EM? Really? Does she not? Does she just give pyro damage? Maybe she only gives pyro damage buff. Sorry, Silali scales with EM. I'm not sure if she actually gives EM. I wouldn't know what she gives, to be honest. But sounds like Silali is a good support to pull, which is a good thing because I actually like Silali. So maybe the Natlan character. Well, but between Silali and Shilonen, though, I have to pick one. And personally, for me, like as far as waifu reasons, I think Silali is better. The only problem is that I don't have like a pyro DPS like Arlecchino or Mavica, and I feel like I'll be forced to pull for one of those. But who knows? Mine is just on TTDS and Instructor. I guess Instructor does give EM, so TTDS is attack, I think. Yeah, Mihoyo, when are you gonna give me my TTDS? I need my TTDS. I need my TTDS, Mihoyo. So 120 EM, 48% attack, Hydro and Pyro res down. Oh wait, that's what she does. She does res, Pyro, Hydro res reduction. Oh, is that what Siloden does? Anyway. No, I think she does give res reduction. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what I'm saying. And cryo application, yeah. Really enabling the melt team there. Yeah. At least for now, the Mavica and like the Pyro DPSs are kind of kind of feels good man right now. Which is a good sort of side effect of Mavica, right? Because they have to make Mavica good, so the Pyro, I guess any other Pyro DPS is gonna feel like better. Which is like a good thing. So like even if they have to like power keep a character, because of like their elemental system, they can't help but also like buff older characters that have like a similar idea. Which is, I guess, one of the perks of the elemental system. The only problem is like when now that they've started adding the buffs, the blessings to the Abyss Floor 12, they can be a bit more specific about their target. Like maybe it's not all pyro damage, it's only like pyro damage from normal attacks, or it's only like pyro damage with Night Soul or something, you know, so something to that degree. They're able to customize it a bit more to like a specific character rather than like apply to the whole bunch of characters. So that part I'm still a little worried about. Like the current Abyss cycle is plunging attack, but that's not too bad because a lot of there have been plunging attack abysses before. And generally the plunging attack characters aren't like super strong anyway, so like tends to be slightly easier from an Abyss standpoint. Shilona on slow scale gives 40% elemental damage buff and 36% shred to Geo plus one other element. Does she only one other element? Oh, Shilona only shreds one other element? Really? I thought she could shred at least two other elements. Or maybe I'm not thinking about this right. I guess it really doesn't matter because you're only dealing damage with like one element. Anyway, most of the time. But that's like an interesting thing to consider though, because I know for at least for Viridescent, when you swirl, I'm pretty sure you can reduce both of the elements that are like all the elements that are swirled. So as long as you have like an element applied, you swirl it, you apply the other element and then you swirl it, you can kind of get both resistance reduction up. I'm not sure how Shilona works. Her weapon, she gives 25.6% elemental damage buff. Sorry, correction, she shreds all elements in the party. Yeah, that's what I thought. She shreds all elements, all resistance in the party. That's what makes her really strong though. That's why people call her like the better Kazuha. People were like saying she power creeps Kazuha or something, which is totally fine because now you can run Kazuha and then Shilonen on 2 teams, which is ideal. So that's totally fine. She's not much better than Kazuha. Yeah, I would think like probably not that much. There's only so much you can do with 4 characters too, like in Abyss. There's only so much you can do with 4 characters. You can't like suddenly put 6 characters that are all really strong and make your team stronger. Like it's just like because like you're taking out a character and putting in a character, like you only get that incremental damage buff. Like you only get that increment, which is probably not that much difference. On paper, Koro C0R0 between the 2 Kazuha strong. Oh really? Does she need like some of her low cons to be really strong? Is that right? Like, do you think like part of a kit is locked behind cons in that way? The 6 rate is reduced by 3%. Oh, I guess that does make her last longer. C2. Whoa, what is this? A source sample activate, all nearby party members will gain effects corresponding to the source sample that matches their Geo damage plus 50%, Pyro attack plus 45%, Cryo crit. Wait a second. What? Hold up. You know, I was saying how like Natlan like power creep stuff, and now I'm reading this, I'm like, yeah, this is this is nuts. And don't even start with cons. Natlan cons are on the other. Yeah, this is nuts. Like, what is this? Cryo crit damage plus 60%. Guys, what? I'm not saying anything, but C2 Shilonen plus Tsaritsa. Alright? C2 Shilonen plus Tsaritsa. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's go. What is this at C6? She can DPS at C6, right? Yeah. At C6 she becomes her own DPS. Also, Shilonen doesn't need to keep refreshing her shred. Yeah, it lasts for like, how long does it last for? When her source samples activate, will always remain active. So what? Source samples will always remain active, and when they activate, so basically it's 100% uptime. Wait, what is this? What is going on? When does the source samples activate? I don't even know what the kit does. Source samples, when do you activate? If she has at least 2 source samples. Okay, how do you... Has 3 samplers. Blah, blah, blah. This is too long. There's this wall of text. When her night soul points hit maximum. Oh, okay, so when she reaches max night soul points. Okay. I still don't know what that means, but after unlocking a passive talent, true advantage. If you need grouping, go Kazuha. If you need healing, go Shilona. Yeah, that's basically what it boils down to. I still think like Shilonen's kit is good, but the fact that she's still Geo is still kind of sus, right? She would still be like better if she were like any other element. So that's an idea for power creep. They just have to release a support that's like Kazuha and Shilonen in Snezhnaya, but it's not a Nemo or Geo. And then that character will be like automatically better. So if it's not a Nemo or Geo, hear me out, it's a Dendro character that shreds any reactions with Dendro. So it can shred Pyro, it can shred Electro, it can shred Hydro. I guess it can't shred Cryo. Oh, that wouldn't work. Because if it doesn't shred Cryo, it wouldn't work for Theresa. So I guess they wouldn't do that. They would probably like create a support for Theresa that has a reaction to Cryo. So that support would probably either also be Cryo or have an element that reacts with it. But the strongest element that reacts with Cryo is Pyro, because Theresa will want to melt. So she's gonna get a Pyro support She's gonna get Bennett. Alright, never mind. They're gonna release 5-star Bennett. They're gonna release 5-star Bennett, but with resistance shred. Not like this. Maybe one day Bennett can rest. And then, surprise, nope. We just want both Bennett and this other new character on the team. Alright, we've been yapping too much. We're gonna go ahead and raid Lucky. It's kind of getting late. I won't be live tomorrow because I'll be on a flight to my conference. But thanks, Bushy, for hanging out. Hope you guys have a good night. Take care. I'll see you guys next week. Let's go ahead and start the raid. Here's the raid message. But yeah, hope you guys have a good night. Take care, and I have a lot of packing to do. So, alright, take care.